Drift, on the military origin of soft reality. The contemporary digital order did not emerge from innovation but from logistics. Its founding myth of entrepreneurial disruption obscures a more prosaic lineage: command, control, surveillance, redundancy. Networks were not designed to liberate expression, but to maintain continuity under conditions of catastrophe. That this architecture later rebranded itself as social life is not an accident but a tactical success. When the military substrate was released into civilian circulation, it required a mask. Commerce provided the alibi. Venture capital supplied the theater. What was sold was not a product, but an atmosphere of inevitability. Platforms without business models, services without clear utility, growth without profit, sustained by the promise that scale itself would one day resolve contradiction. That day never arrived. Instead, advertising became the provisional economy, a placeholder revenue stream that performed two functions at once. On the surface, it reassured shareholders with the appearance of monetization. Beneath, it refined the system's original purpose: behavioral modulation at scale. Marketing and propaganda converged, not through conspiracy, but through efficiency. Influence proved more profitable than information, prediction more valuable than truth. As platforms entrenched themselves, their status quietly shifted. What began as optional infotainment hardened into infrastructure. Social feeds became professional visibility systems. Messaging apps replaced public administration. Search engines supplanted memory. Cloud services absorbed labor itself. Opting out ceased to be a political gesture and became a practical impossibility. At this stage, the economic fiction could be revised. Once dependency was secured, platforms no longer needed to pretend to be free. Paywalls appeared. Subscriptions proliferated. Access fragmented. The user was reclassified as a client, then as a data source, then as an obligation. What had been framed as convenience revealed itself as enclosure. This is not classical capitalism, but techno-feudalism with a friendly interface. Rents extracted from participation, tolls levied on visibility, legitimacy granted through compliance with opaque rules. Power no longer persuades. It conditions. It does not prohibit speech. It drowns it in noise, metrics, and algorithmic indifference. Culture under these conditions becomes spectral. Expression circulates endlessly, yet leaves no trace. Visibility spikes without consequence. Virality replaces memory. Even dissent is absorbed as aesthetic variation, permitted, promoted, forgotten. The system insists it has no ideology. This is its most effective ideology. What remains outside this order is not opposition, but drift. Practices, signals, and lives that fail to stabilize into legible value. Drift is tolerated only as background radiation until it interferes with optimization. Then it is quietly erased, not by force, but by neglect. In this sense, the horror is not domination, but normalization. The machine does not demand belief. It demands use. And use, repeated long enough, becomes consent.